I was promoting this thing, the first thing I did on Twitter today, I went on Twitter and I said, yo, I'm interviewing the best prospect in boxing.
Yeah.
My joint was flooded. Like, everyone, is it Abdullah Mason? Is it Kamal? Is it you know what I'm saying? So when people give you the title of the best prospect in boxing, does that mean something to you?
Absolutely. Yeah, it mean a lot. Yeah, it mean a lot. It mean we working, you know. They starting to see what we see. You know, that's what I've been seeing.
Yeah. Is it something like, do you feel pressured by that title? Because there's a lot that come with that, right?
No,
like they naming you the guy, like you the next one up. Do you feel pressure when people start talking like that?
Not exactly. It's more so like just confirmations, you know. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that I keep working, keep doing what I'm doing. You know, you see my brothers right here, so just keep them around me and stay in the gym because my brothers, along with my father, is my trainer. So it's just a confirmation, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you fight at 135. It's one of the hottest divisions. I just seen you eat some chicken and fries. I'm like, holy,
I ain't done yet.
Weight like that?
I ain't done. We're going to get back to it right after this interview, too.
Yeah, for sure. Is it because you're pretty, like, you're a big guy for 35. I interview a lot of these guys. I think you're probably taller than most of them that I speak to. Has the weight ever been tough for you, like making 35?
Nah, making 35 is pretty easy.
Yeah,
making 35 kind of easy.
It's gonna be scary for a lot of people, man.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, people don't think that it's easy, but I don't know. I'm not sure. It just fall off, you know. Whenever I get in camp, I get focused, I lock in, you know. It just start falling off.
Yeah. So you 20 now. When you get my age, I'm 35. You got to hit a little couple extra weeks, but nah, it's good. I love this type of interview, man. You know why it's special to me? I gotta tell a quick story when we met. You remember when we first met?
Yeah.
At the Top Rank Gym.
Yeah.
And you wasn't a pro yet. You were still, I think you was an amateur star. I think your pro debut didn't happen yet.
Did it? Was I pro?
This is when I interviewed Devin before the Cambosis fight.
Yeah, before the Cambosis. When was that? I might have had like one fight. I might have had like one fight or something like that.
So I remember I seen you, and then we was talking. I was about to interview Devin, and you was like, "Yo, I think I seen your show before that." So we was tapped in, and you was like, I think they was asking. I think Dev was supposed to spar that day, and they was like, "Yo, who's gonna spar Dev?" And you was really the only one in the gym, kind of like I spar. What's up?
Yeah, they opponent ain't show. So we were just there, like, if y'all want some work, we here.
And I don't know if they want to work at the time. It was kind of like, but your perseverance, your passion.
I think what's the name was Orthodox. You know, I'm Southpaw, so they was like, it's cool.
But your passion for it at the time made me like, yo, who is this kid? So then I seen your daddy. Your dad was like, yo, you're gonna be interviewing my son in a few months. I was like, all right, you know, because everybody say that, like, go interview. I was like, all right. But here we are, man. Like, do you feel like the journey so far, has it been something that you know, has it gone the way that you thought it was gonna go?
Most definitely. You know, before you do anything, you got to plan ahead, or you got to see the vision before, you know, you get there. But and you got to have a goal, like a goal in mind, you know, at least to grow. Yeah. So that's what we've been doing. We've been growing, and we've been working, staying locked in, and doing what we do. So yeah, we definitely seen it.
Yeah, I love that. Man, we gotta get some current events, man. Devin Haney and Ryan fight just happened. Woo, boy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Man, listen, I was there. I was at the fight. The whole arena was quiet in the first round, dog. It was. What are you thinking? Like, when you saw this fight happening, what was your thoughts?
It was kind of crazy, like, cause I knew Ryan, like, I knew he wasn't just going in there like super unfocused, or like, I knew he was coming with something, right? But in my head, I'm thinking Devin, he gonna combat it. He gonna come back.
Right.
And he gonna, you know what I'm saying? He gonna smother whatever, you know, Ryan got going on, and he gonna come out on top.
Sure.
But I knew Ryan was coming with something, but I didn't know it was coming like that.
Yeah, hold up. So were you affected by, because Ryan, the whole press conference lead up, he's trolling, he's smoking, drinking, like he's doing all this stuff. Was you fooled by that? Was you ever?
In the beginning, I kind of was. Yeah. In the beginning, I kind of was, but towards the end, it seemed like he just started letting himself just be himself, do what he do. It seemed like he been hindering it, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, in the beginning, I kind of thought he was unfocused, and after that, I'm thinking that, okay, it's probably a method to the madness.
Right, okay. Yeah. So now let's talk about the fight. I mean, obviously, like, you know, Dev got knocked down like 3-4 times. Like, that was bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't expect that. That was one unexpected. What do you feel like, you know, I want to get into your boxing IQ. Just as far as the game plan that Devin fought with, do you feel like that was a bad game plan? Like, what you think he could have did to make the fight different?
I feel like he didn't really. I feel like he didn't really adjust, but he could have took his time a little more. He could have made the fight a little slower because Ryan started off crazy off the bat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So he could have, moved around, used his feet a little bit in the beginning. But it's a lot of stuff in them fights that elite fighters see that other people don't see. But it was a crazy fight. But Ryan, I guess he just had it the whole fight.
Yeah.
He was hyped, but it's more of a mindset thing because you could tell, like after he caught him with that first shot, Ryan just had the confidence, like because he still doubted himself a little bit, but whenever he did, Devin didn't really stop him. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really had that you know what I'm saying? He didn't really put nothing down. Yeah, he didn't really put nothing down on him to hold him off. So anytime Ryan he turned up, so he just did what he wanted to do a little bit.
Right,
yeah.
right. Do you look at those fights like, them guys, obviously you at 35 and Devin's at 40, but do you ever look at those guys and look at them fights like that's something I want, like we gonna get it on?
Most definitely. Not so much as like the specific person, but when we there, we there. I'm saying that often in my last few interviews because everybody asking me like, certain questions, but when we there, we there. It's nobody specifically that I want, but boxing will determine who I get in there with when it's time.
Right.
And I'll be ready, inshallah, for sure.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. I want to talk about your brothers, man. We got your brothers up here. It's dope how y'all move. Yeah. I really, every time I see you, you with them. I don't really see you by yourself. Sure. It's like y'all move like a unit. It's the Mason brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, sure.
Has it always been like that? Like y'all just, the camaraderie and y'all always just kind of move together?
Since the beginning. Since day zero, yep.
All right, hold on. Who the oldest? Who the oldest right here?
The oldest? I don't know.
Out of y'all, who the oldest?
who look like the oldest?
My man, the barber.
Okay.
He not a barber. He told me he not a barber.
Okay, who next? Who next?
He looked like the oldest. Then I would say, then my man right here. Then my man right here.
Okay, who next?
And then it's probably you.
Okay.
He look like the young boy right here. He's like the young boy right here.
And then who next?
So I say him, and then him is the youngest. Is that right?
Nah, no.
I'm the oldest.
No.
He's the second oldest.
Oh, the second oldest. Okay.
And then he's third.
And then me.
And then you?
Then me.
Oh,
then
wow.
him. So I'm the second youngest.
I can tell you the youngest, though.
Yeah.
Right, hold on. Let me get your name so I can make sure. What's your name, bro?
Abdullah Rahman.
Abdullah Rahman. Okay.
Amir.
Adil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ibrahim.
Okay.
Yeah. So just the other night, Ibrahim, he had his pro debut, and Abdurrahman, he had his second fight too.
The same night. Easy work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I love that. Tell me, so I think when you grow up in a family like this, right? There's, it's 6 brothers, or 5 brothers. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot that go on.
No, for sure.
When you're learning at this point, when you're learning how to fight, and y'all are all fights, a lot of testosterone in the house, beat up. How was that? Like, did you learn from, fighting your brothers? Was that kind of what gave you the?
Not exactly fighting, because we never actually we never had no fight where we was in there just rumbling.
Really?
We wasn't there rumbling or nothing, but we always learn off each other, no matter what. Yeah, we always learn off each other, but yeah, even now, we in the gym, they training. They my trainers, and my father my trainer, he the head trainer, so we are always bouncing off each other, gaining that experience inside the ring, outside the ring, just anytime.
But how is it that a whole family ends up boxing? Is it is it just y'all all sat down collectively, had a meeting we about to box, or is it just because your father's influence in everything that you've done? How do you feel like that happened?
So from the beginning, before I started boxing, I'm gonna take it back to so we got another older brother. So it's like a set of 3 older 3 and a set of younger 3. Okay. So it's Amir, Adil, and then the older one.
Okay.
And then it's us 3. So my father always had the older 3 into mixed martial arts and stuff like that. And whenever they get finished with their sessions, they'd come back to the house and teach it to us. And then we moved overseas for a while. And then when we came back from overseas, it was a boxing gym around the corner from where we lived. And my dad, he was asking all of us who wanted to get into it. And I was actually the first one to show interest, I want to join a boxing gym. And then after that, they just started coming in one by one.
Hold on, but what was it that made you, when your dad asked you that, what was it that made you feel like, all right, I want to go?
I already was interested, because we was into combat sports. Yeah. They was doing mixed martial arts and stuff like that. But what really made me like serious about it, I wouldn't say I wasn't serious at that point, but what made me like kind of have a passion for it is when I first stepped in the ring. I'm like, oh yeah, this it. Yeah, I'm like, this it. Yeah.
I think one of the things that's interesting about you and your style is well, you a killer, boy. You not like, because a lot of, there's a lot of people that box and, they box and jab and move, which I've seen you have the ability to do, but it seemed like you going in there with bad intentions, like you trying to hurt these guys. Has that always been your, your MO from the beginning? Like, you like, I got to get in there and hurt these guys?
Yeah, so I say, okay, so I grew a passion for it once I first, like, stepped in the ring and started sparring and fighting and stuff like that. But what really made me serious about it was when all of them joined, too. So when we was all in it, I'm like, okay, yeah, we serious. It's time to step it up. Yeah, so I say from there, every time, like, I get in the ring, I be wanting to do more and do more. You know what I'm saying?
Are you going for knockouts? Like, is that a goal when you in there? Like, I'm trying to knock this person out?
Not specifically like knock somebody out, but like
it looked like it. I mean, that's what it looked like when I'm watching.
I want to give them everything. Like, let them know, like, you know what I'm saying. You gonna take, like, if I don't know what to do if you still standing after I did shot everything that I got for you.
Right.
Yeah. So
I like that. Do you have your next fight lined up? Because they, I know you signed the Top Rank. They've been having you fight a lot, which is really
next
good.
Fight lined up. I should be fighting in July. Yeah.
July, okay.
Yeah.
Is it on the Shakur undercard? Because I'm assuming just because he's top rank and it's July, that I'm assuming that.
No details yet, but July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of Shakur, Shakur's my guy. I had him. We had him streaming yesterday on Cigar Talk Live, and one of the things he's told me before. And I asked him, I'm like, yo, who was one of your toughest sparring sessions? And he mentioned your name. He was like, that was a session that, like, it let him know that you was real. That's what he told me. He was like, he said it was good sparring. He was like, a couple of times, he was like, yo, I think he said it was when y'all started off, he was like, Abdullah was getting some work on me. He said, then I had to come put belt to ass after that. But he said it was good. He said it was good work back and forth. Sure. What did you take from, a session like that with somebody who's, super experienced and maybe pound for pound levels and all that? What do you take from a sparring session like that?
Well, that was like, he was the first person or even champion. He was the first champion I stepped in the ring with before I turned pro. Actually, no, I sparred Devin Haney before that, but that was way back then. I just one sparring session. But right before I turned pro, before I had my debut, I did the full camp with Shakur. So it was definitely like a learning experience as far as like the pace that the pro, that they be working at and stuff like that. But I mean, it was work. It was definitely some good work, for sure, yeah.
Did you take anything away, like, being that you fighting a guy that's a champion and holding your own and doing what you do, did that give you confidence? Or, like, how did you feel after, like?
Most definitely. But, I mean, the confidence was already there. That wasn't no problem. Yeah, so we were just working. Like, I didn't know how it was going to be, but they kind of just confirming everything, like I'm saying, like, all the stuff, like, that people be saying or asking or just stuff that I'm hearing. Yeah. It's kind of confirmation. Right. So that's why, I got all of them around me. We staying focused.
For sure. Who do you say was, like, I guess one of the tough sparring session for you? Like, if you looking back at a session, like, damn, that was one. That was one of them ones.
It's tough as far as, like, you mean like all around tough?
Yeah, just something that you took away, like, man, that was a tough set. That was a tough sparring session.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't say nobody specifically. Like of course you're gonna have some sparring sessions where you feel like it's real challenging. But for me, like personally, I feel like I adjust real good. I come back or like I assess the opponent and I adjust to whatever they got going on real good. So it's nothing it hasn't really been nobody I stepped in the ring with that's been too tough for me to handle. Yeah. Because mentally you got to be smart in there. So I feel like I could adjust and do whatever I got to do to come out on top.
So basically, you like, nobody fucking with me. It ain't.
In other ways.
Nah, for sure. I think, I want to talk about, your dad. Because I think the father-son trainer relationship is always interesting to me. Sure. You know what I mean? We see in certain instances, there's guys that, they have it's hard to separate the dad and the trainer sometimes, right? Like I saw Sean Porter's last fight, his dad threw in the towel and he was mad, like, yo, dad, what are you doing? Let me fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell me about that. Like, just, him being your dad, but also your trainer, like how that relationship goes.
It's something like, it puts me on the next level. That's what gets me to the next level. You know, me and having my dad in my corner, because he see a lot of stuff that other people don't see, and at the same time, he don't like, you know, other people dads. I say, you know, some people feel like they be doing too much or whatever the case is, but it's not like that. Like my father, he got the best interest. He got the best interest for me inside and outside the ring. So he know, you know, what to tell me, and we know how to communicate. Yeah. So it's all a good thing.
That's good, because I like you said, I see a lot of dads, you know, some dads are in the forefront, right? Like, you know, like Bill Haney or Kid Austin and his dad. There's some dads that are like in the forefront. Your dad really, you know, I see him there with you all the time, but I don't really see him on social media doing that. Is that something that, how do you feel about that? Like, if your dad was more in the forefront, would that be something that you was cool with, or just like, nah, we don't do that?
No, I'd be cool with it, but everything is like communication, you know, like everything got to make sense, you know. It makes sense, you know, he's just chilling. It's no reason for him to do nothing extra, go crazy, nothing like that, because we doing our job, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, and he behind us, pushing us, you know, and we keeping the main thing. You know, like that's my dad, he said it all the time, keep the main thing, and that's what we've been doing, just training, staying focused.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I mentioned Kid Austin.
Yeah.
You know we gotta talk about that. They was listening.
Yeah.
Them boys was on, cause one, like, you know, like I said, his dad, he liked doing the social media thing and going off. So, you know, I saw the interview. Kid Austin and his dad was talking about. I feel like he said that he said, you know, what we did to him in sparring or something like that. He said something like that. So. Tell me that, man, because they was making it seem like he was putting that belt the ass on you in sparring. That's what they made it seem like.
No, like,
No, you gotta go back to what he actually said. He said sparring wars.
Sparring wars? Man,
so he said wars? Did he say sparring wars?
Yeah, nah. It wasn't none of that.
No war?
No war.
One-sided wars?
I wouldn't say that. But we only shared the ring one time for one round.
Oh, so that ain't even.
And I was ready to continue. I don't know why they stepped out after the first round. I was ready to go more, but that's that. You know, that's the conclusion.
Was that at his training camp?
No. We was out in Vegas. You know, I think they was out in Vegas for a minute, and they just came to get some work. Yeah. So we were just there, you know, ready for the work. And
hold on, they just did one round, like they didn't.
Yeah. Well, it was like a sparring, like the round robin, you know, other different fighters coming in. So we were supposed to do at least 4 rounds, like, you know, each fighter get their rounds in. But I got in there, you know, I was just sparring, getting my work, and they stepped out after 1 round. So.
Ooh. Yeah. Listen, all right, I'm not gonna lie. That is because y'all both at 35. Y'all are young guns, up and coming. That's a fight I would love to see. I know the boxing public has made that clear. I saw Shakur was trying to like set that up during his, you know, on his whole run. He talking back to you. He like, you know, what's up, Abdullah? What's up? You know, is that something that, you know, you see that and feel like I could take him out, or like how do you, when you assess that fight in your head, what does that look like?
I said it before, like I would have fought him for my last fight. I'll fight him for this fight coming up. But he was talking a lot on Twitter, but he said, like, his last tweet was like, we ain't gonna fight right now, we'll fight later for the belt. So I was like, all right, whatever you talk about. But I'm ready, you know what I'm saying? Whoever want to get it on, you know, I'll be ready. So we just training, locked in, and, you know, if they want it, I would, you know, we'll be fighting.
Is it anybody off limits to you as far as a fight goes? Because I hear some fighters that's like, you know, be cool and stuff like that, so we don't.
Boxing is boxing. So at the end of the day, you got to be ready to step in there with anybody that's in your division. You know what I'm saying? You stepping in there, it's a business. You know what I mean? You could be cool with somebody and still fight them. You could. Yeah, you know, boxing is boxing, so yeah, nobody off limits when it comes to getting a job done.
What about Keyshawn Davis? That's a name. When I said it on Twitter, I said, yo, I got Abdullah on. A couple people was like, ask him about Keyshawn. If you want to fight Keyshawn, they want to ask him, is that a fight that you feel like you would like to take on, Keyshawn Davis?
Most definitely, but like I said, boxing will determine who I'll fight. You know, in the future, in the near future, in the far future. You know, we working our way up, and, you know, anybody who's at the top, when we get there, we'll be ready to fight them. But it's a lot of up-and-coming prospects. But I feel like I'll be ready to, you know, get it on with anybody.
Yeah. When do you feel like is the time that's like the perfect, like to step up, right? Because you've been obliterating guys, and it's like, you know, I know as a, you know, as me, as somebody who does media, I like to see, you know, progression, like you progressing and getting the work. But at the same time, you so good that we kind of like, step it up. We want to see the step up. When does it feel like that to you? Like you ready to, that you feel like you're ready to step up as far as level of competition?
I feel like it's coming. It's coming real soon. Like every fight we've been getting, like, you know, opponents a little bit more tougher than the last.
Yeah.
But we've been doing them, you know, more and more. We've been performing a little more each level, even though they getting a little tougher. So I feel like I'll be ready, you know, whoever they put in front of me when it's time. You know, so we just building right now, and we patient because we seeing what's coming. So inshallah, in the future, we'll be ready for anything.
Do you feel like right now you're able to contend for a world title?
Yeah, I feel like I'll be ready.
Like right now?
Yeah, I'll be ready.
If Javante Tank Davis gave you the call, said, Abdullah, what's up? Come to Vegas. We want that.
Right. I feel like I could hold my own with anybody in the pros, you know. Yeah. And I feel like, you know, with my fathers and my brother in my corner, I'll be able to come out on top. You know, when we play it smart or we stepping in there and we in shape. So I feel like I'll be able to come out on top for sure.
I love that. I want to get into, you know, just you before boxing, right? Like before, because now this is like your identity now, right? Like we know you as, you know, Abdullah the fighter and all of that. Yeah. But before you were this guy, like who were you? What were you into? What was the vibes? What was your mind frame?
I say I was just a little brother to the Mason brothers. You know what I mean? I was still a lot younger. I started boxing at 9, and before then, you know, I was always moving around with my brothers and my dad, and we was always traveling around. But it's always been this. You know what I mean? We always hung around each other, and we traveled together. We did everything together. So I say I was just a little brother to the rest of my brothers. Yeah.
What was you doing in school? You played other sports or like?
No, we was homeschooled.
Oh, yeah,
we was homeschooled.
How was that?
Yeah.
Like,
that's
why
cool.
y'all so tight. Okay, I see what's going on.
Yeah, it was cool. Like I mean, it's normal to me, you know. Yeah, it's normal to me. It's you know, I'm content with it, you know. So it's not, I don't feel like I've been missing out on nothing, or it's nothing I wanted to do that I didn't get to do, nothing like that. That's not how it is. We just be chilling, you know, having fun. What we doing, we trying to grow, and then we trying to, you know, set a good example for people around us too. So you know, this was one way to do it, you know, showing our brotherhood and camaraderie and stuff like that.
For sure. Obviously, like you said you started first, and you're now the brother I think that's probably furthest along in the boxing career. Did you know it was gonna be like that? Like as far as like, you know, because like I said, as y'all are now ushering in, they just said y'all had y'all debuts last week. Congratulations. But you know, with you sort of like leading the charge, I guess, in the forefront, did you have an idea that it would be like that? Like when people think of the Mason brothers right now, as of right now, is like, all right, Abdullah, and everybody's coming up with you. Did you think it was gonna be like that?
Absolutely. Not in the beginning, but once I signed to Top Rank, automatically, you know, I'm the one that's kicking down the door for my brothers. You know, so we all working, but once we decided to sign the Top Rank, we knew that, you know, I had to make my mark and do what I do, so that they'd come right after me and be able to do what they do.
Yeah, for sure. I want to ask you about your Muslim faith. I think that's something that I've seen, you know, that's a part of your identity, that's a part of who you are. Like you present that outwardly at fights and things like that. How much does that play into just, you know, who you are and how you maneuver? Tell me about that, sir.
I mean, I'm Muslim first before anything, so this a lifestyle, you know. It's a lifestyle. You can't do it for other people, do it for the media. Like Islam is, it's about intentions, like, you know, having the right intentions and your relationship with you and your Creator, you know. So it's about the lifestyle and the intention. So as long as you're doing good and you following the guidelines of Islam and, you know, everything, then it's gonna lead you in a path, the right path outside of that, you know, whatever you decide to do in life.
What do you think it is about Islam that I feel like a lot of fighters in particular gravitate towards Islam, right? I saw, like, you know, Javante, he recently converted, and, you know, we just see that a lot in the sport. What do you think it is about it that, you know, kind of makes people gravitate in that way?
I feel like, you know, I believe in Islam as the truth, you know, and, you know, if they, you know, they become a Muslim, then, you know, I feel like that's what they seeing too.
They recognize.
Yeah, they recognizing that Islam is the truth.
Discipline too.
Absolutely.
You're already disciplined, and you recognize discipline. You recognize something that's, you know, doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
And y'all all grew up like this. Y'all all grew up in an Islamic household.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
How is it training during Ramadan, right? Like, if you got to fight and you're not supposed to drink no water, that's, bro.
Yeah.
I had a basketball game one time, and I left my water bottle. I almost died, bro. I was like, I need some water. So how was that for you? Like, you can't eat till, I guess till sundown. And How are you able to train and, go through that?
It was definitely challenging physically, but like now, I guess I'm kind of used to it. Like, so in the beginning of the training camp, it's always in the beginning of training camp, it's always a little challenging. You got to switch up your schedule and all that type of stuff. But, besides that, it's more than just the physical aspect of it, Yeah, and even boxing, it's more mental than physical. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, in boxing, it's more physical. It's more mental than physical. Yeah.
No, you got it.
Yeah, it's more mental than physical. So, so Ramadan, it just adds to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it adds to the mental aspect. It makes you better. Inside the ring, outside the ring, and physically, it allows you to push a little further. You know what I'm saying? When you in a gym, you don't got nothing in your system, your stomach empty. I don't need no water. No, I'm good. Yeah, your stomach empty, and Let me know if you do. All right, for sure. Yeah. These guys over here, man.
I feel it. So, all right, when you, so have you had a fight during Ramadan?
Yeah. No, did I have a fight during Ramadan? No, I think I had 2 fights like right after Ramadan.
Okay.
Actually, no, I had 1 fight during Ramadan.
Okay.
I had 1 fight during Ramadan.
Was it more difficult?
Then my last fight, I fought right after Ramadan. No, I say it's easier. I say it's easier. It makes the fights easier because what you go through during Ramadan, it makes you stronger physically and mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you pushing through without nothing in your system, and you actually using your strength now. Like, you ain't relying on the nutrition from the food you just ate, and that's over with. You relying on your actual man strength, and you in the gym, you working them rounds. You know what I'm saying? You pushing through. So you get in the ring when you got that food in you got the nutrition in your system. It make it way easier. You know what I'm saying? Because you just used to the feeling. You used to pushing through mentally and physically. Yeah. So I feel like it make it easier.
Okay. Tell me about your goals. Like, your goals in the sport. Like, when you looking at, like, all right, because you told me earlier, you mentioned having a vision and stuff. What's the vision now? Like, what does it look like?
My vision is to be the best. My vision is that's the vision right there. Anything I want to be able to knock it down. You know what I'm saying? Anything they put in front of me, like, you got a belt, you got an undisputed, you got an opponent. I want to be able to knock that down, be able to adjust to whatever I got to adjust to, be the best, and be able to change my life and my brother's life and my family's lives, around me while I'm doing that. Yeah. But ultimately, the goal is to be the best in boxing while I'm in boxing.
Right. How many divisions do you think you can go? 'Cause like I said, you kind of told like at 35, so I'm like, I see at least 47 to me. But what I see, how does it feel to you?
And that's what everybody's saying. I guess I got a good frame for any division that I'll be able to step in. But right now I'm comfortable at 35. But I could see that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe way down the line. But right now it's 35 because that's where I'm comfortable at. Yeah.
So hold on, let me ask y'all a question. When y'all was all like, sparring, fighting together, you know what I'm saying? Who was the one that was coming out on top? Like, Mason brothers.
The crazy thing is we barely ever like sparred each other. Like,
oh yeah?
Like we don't really spar each other that much. Like, probably like once every 2 years or something. We might mix it up a little bit. So we don't really do like a thing like that for real. We more so be training each other and working with each other with different stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was excited to ask that.
Cause I wanted to see who was, you know what I'm saying? I gotta know. We want to know who's the one that was, you know what I'm saying? I want to see if they was beating up on you or something.
Oh, no. I mean, we ain't really go full-fledged like that. Like, we ain't really go at it like rumbling. Like I said, like whenever like it got to any point, like back when we was younger, we sparred a little bit. But when it got to any point, we kind of stopped there, like before, you know what I'm saying, anything.
Right.
Yeah, because we didn't even like the feeling each other, like, you know what I'm saying, sparring each other like that. So, like, we rather, it's too many other people out here to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, we don't got to be in the gym rumbling. We could go out and spar anybody. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. I'm definitely looking to see, kind of how the career unfolds, you know. But lastly, actually, I want to talk about the amateurs real quick.
Yeah.
In your amateur, how many amateur fights did you have?
I had around 80. Like 80? Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I heard a story that one time I think you might have won this amateur tournament, but y'all got into like a car accident or something like that. Was it like an accident that y'all got into?
Yeah. It was right before the tournament. It was right before the tournament.
Tell me, what was that? Like, was it just like you got into a bad accident and then had to fight after? What happened?
It was it was. We was coming from the gym one night and we went to go get something to eat. We had the salad. It was good too. I remember it. Like, we was in the car. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like we was eating, and so we had split up in different cars. And so we was on a highway with it was me, Ibrahim, Abdurrahman, and my dad. And this car had stopped right in front of us, like that's for no reason. It just stopped. So he had swerved, and we smacked the median on the right side, and then we spun out and we smacked the median on the left side. So I was the only one like that anything happened to. I had like a hole right here, and like my lip got separated a little bit.
Damn.
But other than that, it was cool. Like I thought it was gonna be a little minute before I healed up, but I healed right back. Well, actually, that night I couldn't remember like what happened like for like until like morning time. Like
so
I'm
you
like,
had a concussion like that.
Yeah. I'm over like where we coming from? Like, I'm like, what day is it? Like,
oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but after that morning, I'm like, everything started coming back to me. So I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, but I was cool. Like, you know, it's just a blessing that you know that we still here, that we doing what we doing.
Hold up. So did you have a fight that day?
No, not that day. No,
okay,
the tournament was coming up in like a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I thought I wouldn't be able to recover, but we came right back and then we won that joint.
Man,
yeah.
That's a blessing. I mean, when you with your amateur career, like how many titles I guess did you win? Like what was the
6-time national champ?
6 times.
Yeah, 6-time national champ.
What did you take from the amateurs that you know you could carry with you to the pro game?
I don't know, just that was just the experience, the building part, you know. Like the amateurs for me the amateurs was fun, the pros is fun. I'm just I'm learning, I'm growing as as we go. So I'm adjusting to everything. So I say that the thing I take most from is just being able to adjust. Because the amateurs, you fight a lot more often. So you probably fight more, you know, different styles, you know, more often. And they had the fast pace, so you gotta fight a different way than you probably comfortable with.
Yeah.
But I say just the adjusting aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They wanted me to ask you another question. They said they told me they said the best two prospects. When I said the prospect, they said you and Carmel Moten. That's the two that they said. When you look at somebody like, you know, that they compare you to, obviously y'all in different weight classes, not like y'all about to fight or nothing like that, but when they compare y'all as far as, you know, skill sets and being the best, like when you look at somebody like Carmel, what do you see?
He could fight. Yeah, he could fight for sure. He could definitely fight. He got some good aspects to his style, for sure.
Do you think y'all on the same level?
I feel like I'm levels above any prospect right now. Yeah.
What make you say that though? Like obviously you got faith in yourself, but what is it about your style that you feel like that?
I feel like I can see a lot more. You know, I see a lot more than I've shown. Yeah, I see a lot more than I've shown for sure.
Have you ever got hurt in sparring?
No.
Never?
Nah.
I'm making some calls, man. I'm about to put you in with some calls. Make some calls. Never.
Of course you get those fighters that's tough. You know, they durable.
Yeah.
They push you in the ring, but like hurt from like a punch and stuff like that. I haven't got hurt. But I haven't really sparred nobody that like I actually like felt their power like dang, this dude hit harder than everybody else. Like this dude just hit harder or something like that.
Not yet.
Yeah, no, not yet. Yeah.
Okay. Now I look forward to seeing that, man. Lastly, I know, like I said, as you signed to Top Rank, they've been guiding your career thus far. You having a lot of fights, super active. How's that been? Just give me a little insight on that, because a lot of the fans like to talk about business now. You know, everybody wants to be into the promoters and what they doing.
Yeah.
When it's like when you having these type of conversations with Top Rank about your career, what's the energy? What do they say to you? Like,
everything's smooth. You know, like that. Like let's rewind a little bit. The last national tournament I had, it was a few promoters like that reached out like right after the nationals. I had it was during COVID in 2021, so it was like I had 5 fights, 3 stoppages in the tournament. So at the end of it, it was like, man, like, because I beat the seeded dude, the number 1 dude that everybody was.
Stopped him?
No, I ain't stop him.
Yeah,
I beat him. But everybody was like, man, it's no chance you ain't gonna do nothing with this dude. Then I beat him unanimous. But after that, everybody's reaching out. But the reason we went with Top Rank was because I felt like that's what fit me best. Like that's what I wanted to do. You know, they move fighters pretty good, and I knew I would want to stay active. You know, it was just something that fit me, especially me being young. You know, I knew I would like to be in there often and all that type of stuff. So everything just fit. You know, I'm comfortable right here right now because we working, we on the way up.
Right. I mean, as you continue to grow and your profile gets larger, obviously every promoter is gonna be coming at you.
Yeah.
Is that stuff you thought about? Because guys like Floyd, Floyd come around, let you drive the Bugatti, like, come through. Yeah. Is that stuff does that interest you? Yeah. Like, I mean, not to say I'm swaying you away from Top Rank or anything, sure. But I'm just saying the idea that other big promoters are coming at you. Is that stuff that you think about?
Of course. You always got to think about what's the best thing for you. You know what I mean? And I'm comfortable right here. You know what I'm saying? So right now, this what we doing. We working. Building our way up. But you always got to think about what's the best in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, man, listen, I appreciate your time, brother.
For sure, you too.
Thank you. Super dope interview. Absolutely. Dope episode of Cigar Talk. Like I said, the best prospect in boxing, Abdullah Mason and the Mason brothers.
Yes, sir.
All right, we out of here.